Well, if it feels like the rules are shifting underneath your feet in 2025, that's because they are. Power in America isn't collapsing, it's consolidating. And if you know where to look, the pattern is actually pretty clear. Since January, the executive branch has begun reshaping the civil service. A new version of Schedule F, now called Schedule Policy/Career, allows political leadership to reclassify and replace thousands of policy-facing federal employees. The White House says it's about restoring accountability. But Alexander Hamilton warned that when too much executive power gets spread around without clear lines of responsibility, it tends to conceal faults and destroy responsibility. I want to take a moment to thank Sophie ZW. Sophie dedicated this video to her grandmother, who is turning 97 this month, and has taught her everything she knows about courage. If you'd like to dedicate a future video, just head to the link in my bio or the link you see here on screen, and you'll see how to do it. All right, now back to where we are. So across the country, immigration raids are expanding. In September, nearly 500 people were detained at a Hyundai plant in Georgia. Detention facilities like the new one built deep in the Everglades are growing, and civil rights groups are already filing lawsuits, citing violations of due process and access to legal counsel. This isn't just a policy issue, it's a constitutional one. James Madison warned that a standing military force, especially one directed by an overgrown executive, would never long be a safe companion to liberty. And while today's interior enforcement isn't technically military yet, it carries the same risks: concentrated authority, minimal oversight, and lives caught in the machinery. Meanwhile, in Trump v. Casa, the Supreme Court limited the use of nationwide injunctions. Judges can still rule on the law, for now, but that ruling often applies only to the parties in the case. It's a subtle shift for many, but it matters. It means that lawsuits take longer to ripple out, so that the executive branch can keep moving even while cases are still being fought. And then there's speech. TikTok's ban has been delayed again, now until December 16th. But the federal government is still holding a divest or ban threat over the platform. That's national security logic intersecting with the digital public square. Back in 1800, James Madison called government suppression of speech a palpable and alarming infraction of the Constitution. And in 1787, Thomas Jefferson famously wrote that he'd rather have newspapers without a government than a government without newspapers. This is the civic landscape of October 2025. A stronger presidency, more fragmented legal remedies, expanded enforcement inside the borders, and increasing government leverage over the places where people gather to speak. Every American crisis has tested the balance between energy and constraint. 1798, 1861, 1942, 2001, and now. So here's the test today. Is power still bound by the law? Is responsibility still traceable to the person who holds it? Can the people still reverse what's been done? Energy isn't the enemy. Unaccountable energy is. You don't need to control the whole system. Just touch the part closest to you. So speak, organize, and watch. Your absence is someone else's permission.